Hi, I'm Kyle on the Secure UX team, and I just wanted to take a look at a UX and engineering discovery that we have scheduled for 12/9, which is about possibly creating a bot member to help us in one of our problems that we discovered in a recent auto-remediation MVC that we created. So let me just jump over to that one. This one is currently scheduled for 12/10, and it's based off of a discovery that we did with engineering and also some UX research to validate the MVC. We had really good feedback generally, but one thing that we didn't that we want to address with some of the feedback was in terms of who is the creator of the auto-created merge request and the setup around that. So I'll take a look at what we tested and what we heard from users. Also, there's another link in the description, kind of has a more overview of what this MVC is. For this video, we're just focusing in on the author of the merge request and the discovery. So let's just take a look at that flow. So to opt in for this feature, the user will come to the configuration section here. And as long as dependency scanning at least is configured, also container scanning could be, the ability for this auto-fix feature will be available. Let's say that the user opts in here with the checkbox. We're telling them the user who enables autofix will be the author of the auto-created merge request. And so in this case, Sam Beckman is the author of it, and the interface is letting them know that that person is it, since that person, that user, was the one who configured this or set this up. Now, there's a number of problems with this. First, consider some cases where the user may not be with an organization anymore, and there would have to be some changes there, and so we'd have to bring it to their attention to change the user for this. But generally, also, the sentiment that we heard from users is they just don't want to be the author of the auto-created merge request and just really weren't comfortable with that, things getting created without really their permission. They understood that their permission was given here by configuring it, but we heard a number of users that we tested saying that they would just go create another member to do that so that they were unaffiliated with it. So that's where this alternative proposal is coming in from. There's other use cases in Secure that we could benefit from having a sort of neutral user and or a bot to handle similar situations. And so we're just kind of at a kickoff at exploring this. And so yeah, what I want to do is just take a look at the overview for where we're at, kind of how we're thinking about this, and then dive into some questions and what we'd like to learn right now. Okay, so let's look at the bot overview. If it existed, we're thinking it could be a member, and again, I'll jump over to more questions around this, but it would be a project member, in this case for ultimate users. And the name would be GitLab Security Bot, or could be. Certainly open for suggestions with all this. We would see the GitLab Security Bot as the merge request author in the cases that there are fixes available for vulnerabilities. So, for example, we see that the GitLab Security Bot is the author of this auto fix per the MVC that we just looked at. The findability of it is that, again, per the MVC, there's a GitLab autofix label that will exist for these auto-created merge requests. And then also, we could find the author, GitLab Security Bot, by searching for that in the merge request list. And as a member, it would have its own profile, And what's great about that is it could also serve as a sort of audit log. So we have this member auto-creating these merge requests, and there's a discovery that we're going to follow up on the implementation issue of actually what it looks like to auto-merge the auto-created merge requests. So we really need some sort of audit log or activity log for that, and having it as a member could help us out with that as well. Okay, so in comparison to the other setup flow that we saw, this is how, with the GitLab security bot, this might look like. So on the configuration page for security, the user clicks the checkbox to check in, and we're giving them feedback here that GitLab security bot will be the author of the auto-created merge requests. So this is as they're setting it up. We're helping them learn how this might work. They could even click right there at the GitLab security bot and see that it's a member too, so that they can understand that that would be the author and that's the member. And then once it is enabled, just generally we can display it here in the configuration screen. Even if developers came here, maybe they can't change the settings, but they'll at least see that author, GitLab security bot, is serving that purpose. Okay, so that's kind of our current ideation and how we were thinking about it based on our last discovery around the auto-remediation in VC. And what we're looking into is there actually are existing bots already. GitLab support bot, you may have seen them, and GitLab alert bot. And if you're watching this and you have background knowledge on that, we'd love to chat with you. We are reaching out to the managed team to learn more as well. And we just want to learn, how are they created? Are they out of the box? Is there some setup requirements around them? How do they work for SaaS versus on-premise? Are the bots visible members? So are they visible on the member list? How might we be able to reuse any work that's been done? So maybe we can adopt some of the engineering work that's there. And how do we make sure the extra members don't add seats? And I know that the GitLab support bots and GitLab alert bots don't do that, but we just want to make sure that's the case too for any other future bots. In the case of auto-remediation in VC, we want to keep ironing out the setup UX. What is the relationship with the opt-in and the opt-in of the auto-created merge request? And maybe if the member bot was visible and deactivated, what does that look like? The findability, discoverability of it, what exactly we're displaying in the activity feed. Is there anything different than what's usually displayed there? And identifying permissions. Who exactly can set up and deactivate the bot or do anything with it? Also, once we have some of these questions, some of our homework done here, and a prototype of based on how this evolves, we want to then take that back to the AppSec team. And we have talked with them preliminary, and they've searched some questions and some thoughts, but we want to make sure it's 100% secure. And so we'll take the prototype back for them for some brainstorming and to gather any thoughts and considerations we should have about how it might, about mitigating any vulnerabilities there. And then just generally learning about other cases that may follow, that this could be helpful. There's a case that came up with integrations with a future step of automating multiple findings by the bot. A sort of neutral author, once again, would have been helpful or could be helpful in that case. Perhaps on the objects page is the author of the objects when those are created. Not sure, but just the idea of a sort of neutral user that's out of the member list. Just gathering some general other use cases that this could be helpful in. Okay, so that's where we're at. We're at the very beginning of this, and this is more of a kickoff video, really, and also to send out feelers if you know about the background or any ideas here, some of these questions that we had. We'd love to chat with you or hear any general thoughts about this. And yeah, as we evolve and close out this discovery, we will do a follow-up conclusion video on our findings. All right, thanks for watching.